If you've been online for any length of time, you will know what a funnel is. And if you're still wondering, hey, what exactly is a funnel? Then this is going to be a video you're going to want to pay attention to, because in this video, guys, I'm going to break down how you can take almost any social post, including other people's, and turn it into a funnel, and turn it into, in fact, a video funnel for your business. So let's now set the stage for doing this, right? How do we convert a post on social media into a funnel for our business, even if it's not our own? So I won't always recommend stealing somebody else's traffic from their posts, and it's not possible on every platform, but I will show what this looks like. So the very first thing here, guys, is a post, right? What does this mean? The first, and going back to that training, going back to the curriculum that I always stress, because this has all been covered in the curriculum, right? What is your ICP, your ideal customer? Where do they hang out? So again, if these are lessons that you're like, well, what is he talking about there or there? This is all in the curriculum or on the YouTube channel. You guys can find this information to make sure that you're up to speed and able to follow along. Now, with that being said, where does your ICP hang out? Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Are they somewhere else? So one, we are on a social channel, right? This is actually one of our clients. Awesome. And Paige, both awesome. Let's say if I wanted to take advantage of their post, right, and turn this into my own funnel. I would never do that to my friends, but if you can do this on LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn is one of the channels. Facebook is another one, where you can actually engage in the comments and leave things like links, right? You can actually leave a link in somebody else's comment. I don't recommend starting here, guys. I recommend starting with your own posts, right? Your own content, your own posts, turning those into video funnels for your business. But let's just take the sake of whether this is your own post or somebody else's post. The idea is the post has some topic, right? And it's generating engagement and maybe comments and likes and stuff. So what we obviously want to do is relate to the post itself. If you've done your ICP research, you're already on the right platform, whether that's Facebook or LinkedIn. TikTok and Instagram, we'll talk about a different way of adding funnels there, because it's not in the comments like I'm going to show with LinkedIn and Facebook. But anyway, the first point is finding the post that you want to turn into your funnel. If it's your own post, this is automatically easy, right? You're only posting about content that's relevant to your ICP on the right channels. So if it's your own post, this is a given. If it's somebody else's post, then you need to find the content that's related, right, to your business, to your offer, to your product or service. You're finding those posts that are related. And then in the comments section is where you're actually putting your funnel. What does the funnel mean in this case? In terms of turning a social post into a funnel, all this, guys, is a link to a video page. Easiest way to do this, meaning any video page on Dubb, right? Any one of these videos has its own video page. And that video page essentially is an entry into a funnel, right? So take any one of these videos. Here, I'll grab one of mine, just as a quick example. And like this. And so when I go to look at this page, there's going to be some things that are accompanying this page, right? Here's the URL. When I preview it, this video is going to have a form where I can capture their information. That is essentially the connector into your funnel, right? It's one URL that goes in the comments that connects to the funnel, meaning this is a calendar. It could be a Dubb form, which I'll show you how to create in one moment. But the idea is we need a way to capture the lead from the comment. And how do we do that? Two ways, guys. In the comment itself, right? Whether it's somebody else's post or your own, you need to provide a sentence, because text first, right? They're going to read something first. The text should compel them to click the link. And the link goes to your video, where the video explains why they should enter your funnel. So let's just take this example. And again, I would never do this to my friends or the people that I'm connected with, because it's not exactly polite, right? People might even say it's black hat or it's frowned upon, right? You're going onto somebody else's piece of content and essentially trying to borrow or steal or use their traffic and their engagement. It's certainly a strategy, and somebody might not agree with it or like it and say, hey, that's not nice that you commented below somebody else's thing and said, hey, I have a different point of view. Or if you'd like more information on this idea, I did a video on this, or I produced a book. I made a resource to learn more about what this post is talking about. So let's say if you're in real estate and the post is about some really crazy changes coming up in real estate or that have happened in real estate, you can post your own link on that post on their Facebook, on their LinkedIn thing, and say, I actually wrote a book on this exact topic. Here's the link to the book. And then the link is a link to your video where the video says, hey guys, thanks for checking out this post. I actually did write a book about this. It's a short ebook and it explains exactly why this person is kind of full of crap. And you're going to see my point of view and why it's very conflicting and different from this. So check out the book below. Just pop in your email. It'll come over to your email, pop in your email and it'll come over to your email. And you can check out the opinion there. And then also there's going to be a series of videos connected anyway. So whatever else happens after that, the point is that we've incentivized somebody, anybody, to take action from the post. Doesn't have to be your own. Again, could be your own. I'm recommending starting with your own. But if you're borrowing from other people's audiences, that's a strategy, right? Other people's networks. Whether you, and then in social, it actually kind of allows you to do that without permission. It's not like, and because it's allowed, right? It's like when in a video game, right? If you press the same buttons, it's not a cheat code. It's not allowed. It's actually built into the game. Just like social media, LinkedIn and Facebook, it is built into the platforms. It's not disallowed. There's no block list, blacklist. There's nothing that negative that can happen except for maybe that person says, hey, why are you conflicting or arguing with me on my post? That happens all the time though, right? That's the internet for you. So it's like that's one way is social caption compelling them to take advantage of your link, right? So we're in here. I won't do this for them, but I would say, hey, I actually made a video / book on this exact topic. And I'll tell you this, guys, what makes something interesting is depending on the post that you're engaging with. If this is somebody else's thing, sometimes a conflicting view, right? A completely opposite. It creates contrast. It creates engagement just through arguing, right? You're like, hey, I don't agree with this, and I have a completely different point of view, and here's my book or here's my thing on it. And if you also disagree with this, right? Because some people are putting controversial topics out there, and that's my point. Is if it's your own post, you're obviously agreeing with it and say, here's more information if you'd like a book or a video or more info on this post. The whole strategy, guys, that I want you to make your connecting though is we're taking your post or somebody else's post. We're writing a short caption that's going to incentivize or compel somebody that's watching this post, looking at this post, to look at our content, video, YouTube video, Dubb video, an ebook, a strategy, a resource. The idea is that resource, that video, ebook, whatever, that piece of content has a form in front of it so that we can capture the lead and then have them enter our funnel. So strategically, that's all it is. Where we're posting, where your where are we commenting on the posts, where your ICPs hang out. It's LinkedIn or Facebook and YouTube that allow you to put a comment on somebody else's thing. YouTube, the link is not clickable though, right? Or I think they say it's frowned upon. Sorry, it's more frowned upon YouTube. You can put a link in somebody else's YouTube comments. You can put your own funnel link instead of somebody else's LinkedIn and Facebook comments. So just be aware, those are options for other people's, but not where I'm recommending starting. I'm recommending you funnel from your own posts. That's the most polite thing to do. However, there are strategies, right? People use other people's networks all the time. So anyways, that's it. Incentivizing caption to get them to look at your content, which is then leading them to a video page, which on this video page, you will have a form which enters them into your funnel. So the form looks something simple like this, right? For social media guys, I recommend having that form be as relevant to the person as possible. If we're talking about, if the post is about dogs, and then you might have a form that says, who's your favorite dog? What's your favorite breed? What, because that way the question is engaging them based on who they are, right? If the post is about real estate and I'm asking them about taxes, they're like, why are you a tax planner? Why are you asking me about my taxes? Now the form is confusing and it's unrelated to the funnel. It's unrelated to the questions, unrelated to the post. So that's the first thing is if you have a form that's related, like how many dogs, things about dogs, what's your favorite breed of dog, whatever, as an example. The second piece of advice for forms for lead capture guys is less is more. right? You don't put 10 fields on the form if you don't need 10 things. If you only need a first name, a last name, a phone number, an email, keep it simple. Keep it as few fields as you can while also maintaining relevancy. The basis I always recommend is suggest a mobile phone, but don't make it required. Email is always required. First name should always be required. You need to know who this person is. And then if they're willing to give you a number, great. If they want to give you a fake number, then making it required doesn't really make sense. This is one strategy, right? It gives you sort of a lower quality of lead of person into your funnel now, because maybe they gave you a phone number, maybe they didn't, maybe they're just touchy or just checking it out, maybe they're qualified. If we had more questions, only the people that submitted the form would be very qualified, but you'd get fewer submissions. So I recommend more, and then you're able to use automations and follow-ups to further qualify them. So this is all the first parts of the funnel, right? You used your ICP training to know where your customers are hanging out. Then you're finding either your own posts or other relevant posts to enter your own content, to capture other people's traffic, other people's network into your own funnel through a incentivizing caption, then through a video saying, hey, this is why you're going to want to get my content, my resource, my conflicting point of view thing. And then that resource will be available through a form, like either a calendar or a Dubb form. And then so that way you're able to actually capture that. And then the last piece is once they submit this form, they're automatically added to the CRM. But we all know, guys, that the fortune is in the follow-up. And so capturing the lead is just the first piece. And then from there is where we're going to trigger an automation, right? A nice pre-built workflow. Like let's say you had that ebook I was just talking about, right? You had an awesome ebook that, hey, I wrote a book on this. And then you actually deliver them the book as well as other pieces of information, right? This is what an automation would look like. They filled out your form and got a tag, and then they got the ebook delivered. And then if they put in their mobile, they also got a text message re-delivering the ebook. And then we got a tag to know that they got the ebook, and we know this was the ebook delivery lead captured, and we know to go do other things with them after. Of course, there can be more automations from here. But guys, this is how simple it is. The thing is how brave are you, right? How brave are you to go and post? How brave are you to be authentic and put yourself out there to have a funnel connected to it? And then the second thing is, how willing are you to leverage other people's networks to take a contrarian stance or a conflicting point of view on somebody else's popular piece of social? And then, guys, you'll see this on every platform, on X, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. You will see massive influencers post, and then you will see other less massive influencers comment on their stuff with the blue check marks and stuff. They're doing that to get followers. They're doing that for their own business. They're not doing that for fun, right? They're not arguing and conflicting and commenting on other popular creators' content for fun. They're doing it for the same purpose of what I'm describing, to have people enter their funnel. Their funnel, though, is mostly their social media handle, right? So by posting and having a little blue check mark or having whatever point of view, then people say, oh, who's this person? And they go to their page, and now they're in their funnel. So I'm taking that exact same strategy for you guys. You're borrowing other people's networks. They might not like it, right? It might feel uncomfortable. And other people might argue with you in that post, right? If you're, especially guys, we're in a really politically sensitive environment right now. So it's a super charged right now. So a lot of views, a lot of really strong opinions. That's up to you whether you want to touch that or not. So, but again, it's a tremendous opportunity to engage, right? To piggyback off of other people's networks and engagement. And that's all. If you look at social right now, it's a lot of everyone's doing. They're just bouncing off of other people's topics. And this is the way that you can turn that fire into leads, into fuel for your business. So that's it for this one, guys. And if you're checking out this video and would like some support in building these types of funnels or resources, content, automation, whatever you need support with, consider checking out these sessions, booking an open mic, joining a free trial even on Dubb. See you in the next video, guys. Thanks.